Hey guys, so today I'm going to go over some of the do's and don'ts for the free response writing on the AP Biology exam. So some general tips when you're writing. First is that diagrams are very helpful when you're writing, especially when you're organizing your thoughts. But if you draw a diagram, you have to reference it in your essay. A diagram alone cannot stand for an answer to an essay question. So you're welcome to use them, but make sure that you're actually referencing them because diagrams are not graded by the readers. Also, like we mentioned in class, you have to write in paragraph form. So there is space for you to have an outline, but those outlines are not graded. Some things to keep in mind when you're writing those paragraphs. The first is that there are no deductions for grammar or spelling, as long as they can tell what you are saying or what you are trying to spell. There are also never any points deducted from your essay if you say something incorrect. With that being said, be careful not to contradict yourself when you're writing. So if you say something correctly, but then later on say the opposite, you will not earn the point for saying the original correct point that you were trying to say earlier in the essay. So some of the things that you need to do when you're writing these free response questions. Make sure that you always read the question twice before answering. Remember, you have a 10-minute reading period where you do not have to write built into that 1 hour and 30 minutes. So use that time wisely, read each question twice before answering, maybe do some underlining for some keywords. Make sure that you define any terms that you use, especially vocabulary words. Answer all parts of the question in the order they're called for, so make sure that you answer A first, B second, C third, D fourth, in that order. If you don't know something, come back later and finish answering that question. And also make sure that you answer your question concisely, but that you're also very thorough in your answer. Some of the don'ts for the free response writing: make sure that you're not rambling and that you get to the point. They are not really concerned with an introductory or closing paragraph or some of the background history unless the question specifically asks you for it. So just get to the point. Don't write sloppily. They will not read your essay if it is too hard to read. They will pass it on to the second reader, and then if that second reader doesn't read it, then that could potentially take off points, even if you wrote a correct answer. Do not leave any questions blank. Remember, you do not lose points for these free response for writing something wrong, as long as you're not contradicting yourself. So at least attempt all of these free response questions. Don't write the introductory or closing paragraphs. Once again, they're not really worried about that. And on these essays, make sure that you do not use pencil or any crazy ink color. So black ink is the best choice for these free response questions. So make sure you have a pencil for bubbling in your answers and a black pen for writing your free response questions.